Hey Gypsies, welcome back to week 2 of my journey on losing 100 pounds with intermittent fasting. I am going to be documenting everything and doing tips and stuff on different social medias and YouTube shorts, of course, Instagram Reels, Facebook, and stuff like that. But this is my weekly video to let you guys know how my last week went. And I'm gonna say right now, I lost 2 pounds. I knew, obviously, the first week of any diet is always the absolute best. Like, I mean, you can pretty much count on it. And I know that from doing, 1.5 million diets already. I already knew that, and I wasn't expecting big. But for the things that I ate and stuff, still losing 2 pounds was and is still shocking to me, because it just goes to show that if you stick to your eating window and stick to your fasting window, that it really does work. Because the things that I ate, if I would have just ate those throughout a typical day, I would have lost weight. There's no way. But anyway, I lost 2 more pounds, which makes my total 10.6. Wait, is it 10 point? Wait a minute, maybe 10.2. Hold on. 10.4 pounds total lost, which is happily 1/10 of my goal. Let me show you a fun thing that I did before I get into anything. I'm visual. I like to see visual things. I like to do things that are fun. Plus, I'm artistic. So I decided, and not that it takes very much artistic capabilities to do this, but I decided that every time I lose weight, I want to be able to do something fun. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. I made this right here. Pounds lost. There is 100 circles to be filled in with a highlighter, not necessarily the same color, because I like a different change, but my aim is to fill in all of these circles, and I will be at my goal at that point. There is 10 rows of 10, 100 pounds on here. Boom, baby. The first line is filled up already. So that right there, that's visual. That is accountability. That is fun. That is something to look forward to and strive toward. How many of those circles can I color in this week? I just like it because it's just a fun, simple. I mean, I drew the I didn't trace. I just drew 100 circles. I just drew 100 circles, guys, and I'm going to color them in as I lose weight, and it just makes for a little extra something to look forward to. Nothing huge or whatever drastic, just something kind of fun. So I did that. And I also told you guys, if y'all had any questions, to leave them on my last fasting video, which a lot of you guys did leave questions. A lot of you guys are doing this journey as well. A lot of you guys have already started. A lot of you guys are waiting until I answer the questions to start. So I did write down a lot of those questions, and I do have them here, and we're going to go over those. I also do have my, one of the questions was, which I'm going to go ahead and answer that right now, where I got this planner. Now, any planner will do. I did order this off of Amazon. It was cheap. It was like $7.97 or something around that area. I will link this in the description box in case you want the exact planner that I have. They also had different colors for some reason. This one was cheaper. This color was cheaper than the other colors. So I'm like, I don't even care what color it is. I just need a new planner. So did I really need a new planner? Probably not. I probably could have used a notebook or something, but I'm a planner girl, so give me any reason to start a planner. So anyway, so I'm just going to go through a couple of things before I answer those questions on things that I learned this week through my fasting journey. I did write down, let's see, this is over here. I did write down more of the things that I ate. I'm going to go through here and tell you guys some of the things that I ate, and then you guys will get kind of a gist on she still lost 2 pounds and ate that stuff. Okay. Last Monday night, I had McDonald's. Okay. I had a crap ton, and I even put on here, I messed up with too much food. I ate too much food in my fasting window. I felt like I ate too much food. So I wrote that down because I was stuffed. I was so full. It was so good. And anytime I feel like really full, I feel like I messed up. But you stay in that eating window and you're going to surprise yourself. I need more self-control on here because I felt at that time, and I do need more self-control. Okay. The next day, Fifi brought me some of the dinner that she had made. It's the quinoa stuff that I love. And then for dinner, I had roast with veggies. I had 2 pieces of buttered bread with that. I had a brownie that my son made. And I had 2 packs of oatmeal because I was still hungry. All in my eating window. Okay. So the next day, I broke my fast at 7:20 a.m. Okay. Oh no, no. Pardon me, that's not correct. I broke my fast at 7:20 p.m. because this was a 1 meal a day. So yeah, this was a 1 meal a day. I even put a picture of this on Instagram, I believe. It was double cheeseburgers with fries and ketchup. I broke my fast at 7:20 p.m., not a.m. Okay, the next day, I broke my fast with a smoothie, which I also videoed. I love the smoothies. I did not even put on there how wonderful the smoothie is. And a lot of people were speculating maybe it wasn't that good. It was good, believe me. I love smoothies. The green color doesn't bother me. I love the flavor of them. So there's that. I also had jalapeno trail mix to break my fast that I got at Aldi, which is the bomb. I had a handful of jelly pumpkins, which is some candy that I got at Dollar Tree. A handful of those. And for dinner at 7:30, I had 4 French toast with real butter, with real syrup, and 3 sausage links. And that was delicious. It was so good. And I ended my fast at 7:30. Okay, that's 7:30 was when I had my last bite, which started the new fast. Okay, Friday. And this is a tip I'm going to give you guys because it did a lot for me, changing your whole mindset. Friday, when I woke up, all I could think about was food. I want food. I want bagels. I want bagels and cream cheese. I want bagels. I want fried eggs and cheese on bagels loaded with butter. I want food. Okay? The thoughts of waiting until like 2 o'clock was nil. Okay? It was gone. I broke my fast at 8 a.m. that day. I broke my fast at 8 a.m. And instead of telling myself, you really screwed up, you might as well give it all in, forget it, give it up, you're not going to do this. I made a new rule. The new rule is this day is going to be a 12-12 eating window. That means I start eating at 8 o'clock in the morning and I quit eating at 8 o'clock at night. Game changer. Like, I did not mess my diet up because I ate early. I did. I mean, I felt like to myself, you're screwing up. But I made a new rule. Make a new rule if you have to. Tell yourself whatever you need to hear to get through that day. Okay? So I did. I made myself 2 bagels with cream cheese. That's what I had. And let me see if I put anything else on here. I had 2 kiwi after that. And then for dinner, I had a large McDonald's fry. Oh, no, that was just during the day. I had a large McDonald's fry. I had some more of that trail mix. And I had 3 pieces of Pizza Hut pizza that night. Okay? I lost 2 pounds this week. Okay? That changed my eating window times. That's one of the things I wanted to tell you guys. If you have a day like that and you wake up and that's all you can think about. Like today, I'm full in control. Okay, it's 11:26. I'm not thinking about food. I'm drinking my black coffee. I'm drinking my water. I'm not thinking about food at all. I'm thinking 3:30 is the time I get to break my fast, and that's fine with me. Some days are different than other days. That's just life. Some days are different. So we have to on our good days, take 100% full advantage of that. But if we have a bad day, don't beat yourself up. Make a new rule. Make a new rule. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The last day, which was, well, Saturday, we went to that festival. I ate myself blah on that festival. Yeah. And I feel like I might have still had McDonald's for dinner. Like, Mickey D's is getting a lot of my business for some reason. Yesterday, I broke my fast at 3:30, and I ended it like it was a 24. Like, I fasted for 20 hours, and yeah. So anyway, that's just real life. This was my real life last week. Still lost weight. Okay, so that's just one of the things I wanted to say. My priorities was water and sticking to my schedule. Okay. I did it 6 days. I stuck to my schedule 6 days. I made a new schedule for that 7th day. So it's okay. Notes. Let's see here. This week I want to cut way back on sugar, more fruit, less candy. I mean, I did eat more fruit than last week. So, cause I ate kiwis twice. So more veggies. I mean, I did have veggies. I had veggies with the roast, and I had veggies in my smoothie. So there's that. And then, I just got things to jot down just to talk with you about. One of the things, and I think this is a biggie, don't get into the mindset that because you're in your eating window that you can eat and eat and eat and eat and keep making bad choice after bad choice, because here's the deal. And I did do that several days. That's something that I have to work on mentally, because it will bring you down mentally if you let it. And we don't want to be brought down mentally, because this whole game that we're playing, this whole eating window thing that we're doing is mental. It's all mental. It's mental. If you can control your mind, you got this. Okay? So doing things that make you feel bad mentally is, that's part of the game. So try to avoid that. Also physically, like if I eat like crap, I feel like crap. I do. So, I mean, that should be part of the whole, I ain't eating like crap. You know what I'm saying? But it's a mind game, and we have to train our minds. That's what I'm saying. Next, salt. I had a really pretty bad headache one day. I'm like, oh, my head is killing me. So I took me some of my sea salt, my not the pink Himalayan, but the Celtic sea salt. I took me some of that and I put it under my tongue, and I drank some water until it dissolved. Headache, boom, gone. It was gone. So make sure that you have something like that. Even pink Himalayan sea salt or Celtic sea salt. Next tip. Here's a tip. Because this is something that happened to me both times. And both times, if I have pizza, I will get heartburn that night. So here's the deal. If my eating window is till 7:30, I have my pizza and I'm ready to go, doing good. 7:30, I ain't eating again till tomorrow. And that heartburn comes up on me at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I have to have 2 Rolaids because I want relief fast. It broke my fast. Boom, it broke my fast, having to have 2 Rolaids. So, tip of the day, if I know that I'm going to have pizza for dinner, I'm going to have a Prilosec earlier in that day to keep that from happening. And it is what it is. I don't know if you agree with it or not, but it's just a tip. If you don't want to have to take a Rolaid, even a sugar-free Rolaid will break your fast. So, just a tip, just something I'm going to do, okay? Also, let me just say, I have to say, consult with your doctor if you're going to try fasting, okay? I have to say that. Just, it's the rules. So, yes. Okay, next thing, if you have a special event coming up, you can adjust your fasting, okay? Just like my Saturday with that we were going to the Taste of Our Town. I quit eating the night before earlier because I knew I was going to break my fast earlier. So you can adjust things to fit your schedule. Whatever your schedule is, you can make it work. So I started eating instead of usually I would eat, it's according to what my fasting schedule was. Sometimes I start eating at 12, sometimes at 2, sometimes at 3:30 or 4, whatever my fasting schedule is. So you can adjust your times, you can end early one day, so you can start early one day. You know what I'm saying? So if you have something coming up, plan that into your schedule, okay? Another thing everybody was wanting to... Well, let me just get to the questions really fast, and then we're going to go over some benefits of intermittent fasting. Let me just do the benefits first. I just wrote down a few of the ones I feel like are important. Number 1, it boosts your fat burning, which equals weight loss, okay? Switches your body... to burning fat for fuel, and it's easier to lose belly fat doing this kind of a fast, or doing this kind of a I don't want to say diet, I don't want to say weight loss program, I just want to say this kind of eating, this type of eating, this way of eating, this life of eating. Okay, there's that. Next, improves your insulin sensitivity. It can help prevent or reverse insulin resistance. Type 2 diabetes, you can totally reverse that. Okay, that is 100% reversible. This can help you do it 100%. Next, it supports your heart health. It lowers your cholesterol, your triglycerides, and your blood pressure and your inflammation in your body, which I feel like, that's good right there. Enhances your brain function. I didn't put how on here, but it does enhance your brain function. It helps you think clearer. I guess if you are... you get brain fog, if you are constantly keeping yourself in a full state and stuff like that, it just gives you brain fog. So it helps you think clearly. Reduces inflammation, pain, and joint stiffness. Okay. So it just reduces all that. And I'll tell you how in a minute. It supports fat loss while maintaining muscle mass, which is really important the older we get, to lose our fat while retaining our muscle. Have I started exercising or walking? No. Do I plan to? Yes. I really do plan to. And I know I've been telling you guys that forever, and I did do really good for about a week. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. Muscle mass. Light weights is really, really good for our age. I'm just assuming most of you guys are my age, older or younger, give a few years here and there. But no matter really what your age is, supporting your muscle mass is really important when you're trying to lose some of your weight. So that's a good thing with this. Next, it reduces GERD, which that was a question somebody had asked me. Will this help my GERD? And improves your gut microbiome. And I just want to say, yes, it will help your GERD. Before I started this, I was having heartburn at least 4 to 5 times a week. And I was having to take Rolaids, which is my preferred thing for treating my heartburn. Now I only have to take Rolaids when I have pizza. And once a week. I can't live without pizza, nor should I have to, right? Next, improve sleep and mental health. I definitely agree with that. My sleep has definitely been better, and I think it's also a combination of this and adding the magnesium in your diet, which I take my magnesium at nighttime. It helps me sleep so good. So yes, and mental health. If you sleep good, your mental health is going to be a lot better. But also, if you are feeling good about yourself, your mental health is going to be better. So, doing something really good. This is one of the biggest forms of self-care that you can do, is to treat your body good by fasting and trying to lose weight And you know, that's big self-care right there. Okay, there's a lot of little self-care, but if you do a big self-care, that's really big for mind health as well, mental health. It'll extend your lifespan. I mean, we all want a few more years on this wonderful planet, right? Okay. The last but certainly not least, autophagy. When you are in a state of fasting after 17 hours, something called autophagy kicks in, and this is sort of like your self-cleaning system. It will go through your body. It will go through all of the cells of your body, and if it detects weak cells, disease cells, virus, if it detects anything that shouldn't be there, it will get rid of it. Autophagy is wonderful. Like, I can't, okay, what did I write down? Targets old and damaged cells, okay, in your body and gets rid of them. Generates new stem cells. Have you ever heard that? Autophagy will generate new stem cells, okay? And stem cells prepare damaged and what I can't even read my tissues. Stem cells will, what is that word? Which I don't even know my own writing. Repair damaged skin cells, tissues, yeah, all of that. Autophagy is magic in your body, okay? In your body, it's magic. And a lot of people will not even, like, a lot of people that's on chemotherapy for a certain reason, and you know, that C word, reason, I don't like to even talk about it. But fasting is really recommended when you're on chemotherapy, okay? Because that autophagy will hit those cells and get rid of that crap, okay? Just saying. Let's go on to some questions you guys had. And then I have a bright idea I'm going to tell you all about. All right. So I just wrote down some of the questions. One of them, which I already answered, where'd I get my journal? That was one of the big questions. Everybody wanted to know where I got that journal. And daggone it, I'm going to put the link in the description box if you want that same one. They have different colors. It's perfect for what I'm using it for. Because it gives you a lot of different categories on things that you're going to work on this week. And especially if you use it for fasting, it's an excellent journal for that. So I love it. That's just page 2. Let me go back. Page 1. Can I still have my morning coffee, or is it just water? That's one of the questions. Okay, here is what you can have when you quit eating dinner the night before and you start your fasting. You can have water, black coffee, no sugar, no Splenda, no 0-calorie sweetener, nothing. Black coffee or black tea. Now, a lot of people say lemon's okay, like if you want to add lemon to your water. A lot of people say apple cider vinegar, which I don't know, like I wouldn't want that anyway. But a lot of people say that's okay if you need just a little bit of that. Some people will even say you can have a little bit of broth. For me, that is something that will break your fast, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tell you guys not to do it. Okay, I'm answering you guys how I feel is the correct way to fast, okay? So, water, black coffee, black tea, nothing else in your fasting window, okay? That's it. Also, at the end of this video, guys, or in the description or in the comment section, if I didn't touch on a subject, if you want to know more about something, let me know. I'll do my best to answer it in the comments, but also I will address it during my next video, okay? My next update. Okay, number 2, what are the fasting hours? Okay, fasting hours. And they change. They change the more you fast. So in the beginning, my fasting hours for the very first week, and you can even take it slower than this if you want. The reason I did it this way was because I have fasted in the past. I fasted quite a bit in the past. And I mean, I've done a 72-hour fast not that long ago. So that's why I started out. My first week was 16-hour fast. And the eating window was like 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. So that would be my 8-hour eating window. So if you are new to this, you could start off with 12-hour fasting and 12-hour eating window, and then go 13-hour fast and 11-hour eating window, 14 and 10, If you feel like that's something that you need to do is to start really slow, do that for yourself. Anything that will help you stick to it is good. So my whole first week was 16-8. 16 hours fasting, 8-hour eating window. Last week, I started on 18-6. So I fasted for 18 hours and I ate from 2, except for that one day, which I made a new rule for. So I started eating from 2 to 8. Like 2 to 8 was my eating window. And usually I do make dinner late, so that's why I make that. If you make dinner early, adjust your eating windows, adjust your times. So I had 2 days of 18-6, and then I had a 1 meal a day, which was, I can't remember what I had that meal. I can't remember. Was it roast? I don't know. My 1 meal a day, and then 2 days of 18-6, and then a day of 20-hour fasting, 4-hour eating window. Okay. Today is a whole new week. This is starting in on week 3. Today, my window is a 20-hour fast and a 4-hour eating window. So I will start eating at 3:30 today, and I will eat until 7:30. I'm not going to eat until 7:30. I'm not going to eat from 3:30 to 7:30. I'm just not going to sit here and pig out. That's when I can start eating. And I will end by 7:30. That will be 4 hours that I can have food in. Okay. Tomorrow, same thing. Same thing tomorrow. And then Wednesday is going to be an 18-6. Thursday will be another 24. And then Friday, I'm going to start a 36-hour fast. Okay. So I will eat dinner the night before. On Thursday, I'll eat dinner probably 7:30-ish, 8, and I will not eat again until breakfast on Saturday morning. Okay, so those 36-hour fasts are in here periodically, every other week. Yeah, every other week there's going to be a 36-hour fast, and I may decide to do another 72-hour fast once a month or something like that, because I lost 10 pounds doing that 72-hour fast, and it helps you mentally. It just does something. It makes you feel almost invincible. I can't explain it. And I know to some of you guys, a 72-hour fast sounds super, super hard. But once you get over that certain hump, it's different. Your body feels like you could fly. I mean, you feel like it's like you're a superhero. Your mind is like super clear and focused. It's just a really, really good feeling, and I really enjoyed when I did it last time. Yeah, was I thinking about what am I going to break my fast with? After a 72-hour fast, you got to be careful. You got to break your fast easily, and I know I did mine with beef broth or chicken broth or something. And I had that, and then after about an hour, I had some grapes or something. You ease it back into eating after that. But we don't have to discuss that now, do we? Because we're not doing that right now. So anyway, let's continue on with these questions. Okay. Now somebody asked this question, and it's a legit question. It's a life question, honestly. Why have I stopped doing this type of eating? Why have I stopped? As well as all of the other diets that I've started and stopped in my lifetime. Why? Why? Some people don't understand it. Some people do not have weight issues. Some people have better self-control, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying the reason why I have stopped and started 1,000 diets is food addiction. 100%. It is something that you have to go through, I guess, to even understand where people have trouble, sticking to a diet or whatever. That's something that you have to go through yourself personally. Like, I can't take somebody that's been an alcoholic for their whole life and be like, why didn't you just stop? There's a reason. There's a reason in there, okay? It's mental. It's a mental thing. There's a reason in there, okay? So that's all I'm going to say on that. That's probably not a good answer for you, but that's all I have, okay? Next, recommended books. Somebody was wanting some good books that they could get that would teach more about fasting and stuff. I got 3 books that I'm going to tell you guys. Number 1 is by Jen Stevens, and I'll try to link these in the description box as well. It's called Fast, Feast, and Repeat. So fast, and then in your eating window, you can feast, and then you're going to repeat, okay? The next one is called Fast Like a Girl, and it's by Mindy Peltz, and it's a good one, okay? And last but not least is The Complete Guide to Fasting by Dr. Jason Fung. I do have every single one of these books as well as a ton more, because, like, whenever I get into something, like, I want the books. Like, so I get where people's wanting book recommendations, because that's how I am. If I'm going to do something, I want the book. I want the book. I want all the books. So, because I'm a book person anyway. I'm a book girl. But yeah, those are the 3 that I would recommend. Also, if you're older, like fasting over 50, there's a lot of books out there. I really couldn't pick just one, but like read the reviews on Amazon or wherever you get your books. Like, fasting over 50 is a good companion. And something you may not know about me, I was the voice for an audiobook on fasting over 50. So I was the voice on that. So if you buy an audiobook and you hear my voice, boom, I did it. I did that. I did a couple of voiceovers for books. So yeah, there's that. And then, okay, next, explain, because I was talking about I want to do breath work every day. Because breath work is something that I feel helps me with my mindset and stuff. And a lot of you guys may not know like a whole lot about breath work. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit. If I could read my writing, that would really help. Wow. I don't even know what that word is. Okay, it's about like controlling your breath to influence how your mind and body feel. A lot of people, like if they have a lot of pain, they will focus on breath work. And I don't know if you've heard the name Wim Hof before. They call him the Iceman. He is like the main to me, he's like the main breathwork guy. I have his book as well. I'll put it down below as well. But like he will get into this ice cold water, the ice baths. I've never done that, nor do I really want to, but he does that and he controls everything by his breath work, like by how he's breathing. A lot of people use breath work to help treat their own pain. There's just a lot to it. There's a lot of different breath work, types of breath work. I just put 3 on here, or just a couple on here that I think is good. There's patterns. Like you breathe in for the count of 4, you hold for the count of 4, and you breathe out for the count of 6. Any of these do like 5 to 10 minutes a day. Like for this one, you'd breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, count as you're breathing in, and then hold it and count in your mind 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'd breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you do that like over for like 5 to 10 minutes. There's also something called box breathing. You breathe in for 4, you hold for 4 and seconds. You breathe out for 4 seconds, and then you hold for 4 seconds before you breathe again. There's a 4, 7, 8. You breathe in for 4, hold for 7, release for 8. I really like that one. It's one of my favorites. There's a 5, 5. Breathe in for 5, release. And you're doing this, you're not holding, you're doing that. You're doing 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 over and over, 5 to 10 minutes. It's really good for your emotional state. 5 to 10 minutes a day. It helps with your emotional and harmony and balance and stuff like that. But that's just a little bit on breath work. If you want to get into it, there's a lot of information on Google. There's a lot of information on YouTube. There's books. Like I said, I'll put the Wim Hof book, which is the one that I like best. Okay, next, when you drink water, can you use the drink packets? No, you cannot. Not in your fasting window. But if you are drinking water in your eating window, absolutely. I will drink pop. I don't drink like regular sugared pop. I drink diet pop, which, there's the battle out there of fake sugar versus real sugar. They're all not the best thing in the world. I do drink Diet Coke. There's nothing better than going through McDonald's and getting me an ice cold, crisp Coke Zero. Yeah. I will drink Diet Coke. I only have about 2 a week. You could have every single day in your eating window. If you're a pop person, go for it. I mean, diet, I feel like would be better, but that's just me. But you can have whatever you want in your eating window. If you want a brownie, go for it. If you want dessert every day, do it. Do it. Okay? Do it. After you do it for a while, you may come, which I'm planning, it probably will happen. You will come to a place where you're just doing what you've been doing, but you haven't been losing. So you got to tweak a little something. And when it comes to when that time comes, until then, do what you want. Okay? When that time comes, start small. Start with something, just diet pop. No pop. Just like no sweets. Dessert twice a week instead of every day. There's different things you can try. Okay? Next. Take pictures along the way. Okay? Take pictures along the way. The first day I started, I had Jack take a bunch of pictures of me out front. I want pictures at least every other week. Once a week would be better. Some people say take a picture every single day. Honestly, my phone doesn't have that much storage. I'm going to take pictures every other week. Every week would be better, but I didn't take them last week. I'm going to take pictures today. So every other week, I'm going to take pictures from the front, the back, and each side. Just so when you get down the road and you've lost 65 pounds and you feel like, oh, I'm still fat, if you know, you can take those pictures and put them side by side. And you can see for yourself what you've done, and that's, I just really believe in taking pictures. If you can, take pictures. Another thing, and I didn't even write this down, but when you're recording whatever, like in your little journals, put down like non-scale victories, like that has really nothing to do about losing weight. Non-scale victories could be anything from my pants as a little bit looser. My mental state is great today. Like I have so much energy today. Like non-scale victories are really important, especially like if you have weeks that you're not doing so great at losing, the pounds are not coming off as fast. When you go back and look at all your little non-scale victories, or just like during that week, your non-scale victories, I have so much energy, I've walked 3 times, whatever. Those are important to keep track of as well, because I plan on going back and looking through my journal as I go through this, and I'm happy, and I feel very fortunate that I get to take this journey, and that I have a whole bunch of people that are taking this journey with me, which is, we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about that. Okay, so the pictures, and I told y'all about the 12-12. If you have a bad day, make a new rule, okay? That's all. Next, the last question, and then I'm going to go on to something else. Am I counting calories and protein? No, I'm not. I am not on Weight Watchers. I am not on keto. I'm not on anything. I'm not. And let me just say why fasting works for me better than other things, because I'm not a good person to keep track of counting anything, whether it be carbs, calories, protein. I don't like it. I don't do it well. It has never really worked for me. Even with all the apps and stuff out there, I'll forget to log it. I don't do good with that. I like knowing I'm not eating right now, but I get to eat then, and that's all I'm worried about. So no, I'm not counting anything at all. Okay. And last but not least, I'm going to start doing, and I hope that I can get a lot of you guys to join me on this. It's going to be fasting with the Gypsy Crew, okay? Every Thursday evening, I'm going to do a live, and I'm hoping, like I said, that a lot of you guys will join me on this, because I feel like it's better to be a part of something, okay? Like, yeah, I mean, you might be like me. I'm the only one fasting here, in my house. My family's rooting for me, yes. Fifi said she's planning on starting. Good, I hope she does. But I'm the only one here in my house that's fasting. And a lot of times, I want to tell somebody, oh, I'm really hungry. This day, this happened. I was really hungry. This helped me. You guys will have a lot of things that helped you and stuff. So basically, it's to be a part of something bigger for all of us, not just me. Yeah, I'm a part of something a little bit bigger because I have a YouTube channel and I'm talking to you guys and y'all's commenting. But being something that's even bigger than that is going to be our weekly Gypsy Crew fasting talks, okay? So, plus it's going to create accountability, on Thursday evening, whether I want to or not. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to chat with you guys. Not that I wouldn't want to come and chat with you guys. It's that maybe I haven't been doing good that day, or maybe I didn't do good the day before. But to get on here, to be live with you guys, to see y'all's struggles as well as my own, and to come together to support each other, that's going to be worth its weight in gold. Okay, so I'm also going to be sending out like reminders the day before, so you guys don't forget to come join that live, so we can all discuss our ups and downs. Okay. Also, I'm thinking midweek Thursday nights. Okay, so I feel like that's a good time. Thursday nights, let's just say Thursday nights. We're going to have Q&As. If y'all have questions, that'll be a great time to bring them. We can have discussions about it. Y'all can chat with each other in the, in the chat about things, so Q&As. I was thinking also about like taking one topic and doing like a deep dive in that live, like say autophagy, a deep dive in that. Electrolytes, a deep dive in that, stuff like that. Just like something that will bring more to the table than just, ups and downs or whatever, more information and more education, that will eventually help us on this journey. Okay. Yeah, fasting with the Gypsy Crew. Real results, real talk, real people. Okay. That just sounded good to me. Real results. We're going to be sharing our results, real talk, talking about everything that we need to discuss, our ups and downs, our do's, our don'ts, stuff like that. Real people. That's the important part. That's the real people. It's me and it's all of you guys. And we are real people on a real journey, of something very real for our lives and for our futures that's going to impact the quality of our future, honestly, 1 week at a time. We're going to do this 1 week at a time together. Okay. Honestly, 1 day at a time together, but 1 week at a time as well. Okay. Yeah, Yeah. Also, your questions won't have to wait till Monday. You know, if you have a question, you want to talk about something, you don't have to wait till Monday. Come on, Thursdays, starting this Thursday, guys. I'm thinking maybe 6 o'clock. Just because later than that, usually my eating window, I'm usually working on dinner and stuff like that. So I'm thinking 6 o'clock. You know, 30, 45 minutes. I always end up going overboard on stuff. And even if I get off at 7, I can plan on Thursdays to have something easy for dinner or have somebody else cooking dinner that day. So Thursdays, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do live. Fasting with the Gypsy Crew. Okay? Because y'all's the Gypsy Crew. We're fasting. We're doing this. We're going to create a wonderful future for ourselves. Okay? All right, is that all I had? Let me make sure. Yeah, that's all I had, guys. So, yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Also, if you're interested in any of those books or the journal, I'll put it in the description box, just for the heck of it. And I believe that is it. If you're fasting with me, congratulations on making that choice. I know a lot of you guys that said that you were going to start it. Congratulations on making that huge choice to do it. Also, good luck on this coming week. Also, meet me here Thursday so we can do all of the chatting. I'm super excited about that. Okay, bring your questions. Bring your tips and your tricks. Bring what's working for you, you know, all of that. All of that. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye.